Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Big Blue Unfiltered Podcast, talking New York Giants football and the NFL. Here now is Ian Campbell, Brian Gallagher Jr., and Greg Rommel.
We want to thank Kenny once again for the great opening. Shout out Kenny. I think he was doing the starter over at Neshannock.
Yeah, he was
this weekend.
Yep.
You ever play golf? Go to Neshannock. Kenny will start you off. Either way, we have we didn't have the special guest that we wanted, Brian.
Not yet.
That's got pushed to next week.
Next week,
just for scheduling stuff.
Yep.
We will put it on Twitter. He's going to help us break down the linebackers.
Yes.
We got some new guys to break down there, but this week we don't have Greg.
I know. Again.
Instead, it's our unpaid intern's first appearance.
Welcome.
Connor, introduce yourself.
It's nice to be here. It's nice to finally be here.
Yeah.
It's about damn time.
I've been kind of the guy that's
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
It's all right. John was nervous his first time too.
Yeah, I mean, I am nervous.
About the 15-minute mark, I think you'll
yeah,
have the swing of it.
This is like weird for me, but it's
exciting
to be here.
Pretend the mic's not there and we're just sitting at Brian's house
for
talking,
sure. I mean, it's
talking shit.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Good. So we'll get right into it. What we start with every episode, and I'm going to bring back the special effect this week because Brian demands it. We're going to go back to the Around the League segment. So, we want this guy bad.
Yeah.
We want DeAndre.
Mm-hmm.
He's visiting the Patriots this week. We said last episode there's no way we think we can get him. Are we still of that mindset?
I think there's a chance.
I don't think so. I don't think there's really a shot.
Yeah, I don't think we don't have
realistic.
the money.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, if Leo just fucking restructures.
Yeah, if he restructures, Adoree extends. I mean, we have options to do it. It's just a matter if they ever want to. I don't think they care enough to.
But I hope they at least bring him in for like a workout or something.
Yeah, I mean, at least bring him in for a visit. Just show that you're in it.
And
I think they're really set to stick to their plan, though.
Yeah,
I don't think they want any outside kind of like signings or anything. They don't want to like jump the gun or like do anything really quick.
I think they basically told Mara when they came in that they have a 3-year plan and the third year was supposed to be contention, where now that's kind of moved up.
Yep.
So I do think they're sticking with it. They did bring in a lot of free agent guys. I mean, I think they just stick with them. I think you're right, Connor.
It's a crowded room this year.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers said it was he's not really – it wasn't really Rodgers said anything specific, but he did say that Zach Wilson's not giving him a hard time.
No way.
Remember how Zach Wilson said, I'm going to give the next guy that comes in here a hard time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't happen.
Oh, so a shitty quarterback's not giving him a run for his money?
Exactly.
Surprise.
Yeah. Tyreek believes he can be the NFL's first 2,000-yard wide receiver. I mean, if he could.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he could affect Waddle's workload too.
Yeah,
and
Waddle is too good to get 2,000 yards next to him. Oh,
yeah.
Also, like, wasn't Calvin Johnson really close to doing it?
He
I
was.
think so.
Like, I don't even, and like, it was just him on that team, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically
Stafford was going to him basically.
Was
the whole
Marvin
time,
Jones
right?
there at that year?
No,
I
I think
that was a
Golden
while ago.
Tate, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
That's my
Or,
I'm thinking of.
What's another name? He had the same name as some dude on the Cowboys.
Not Miles Austin.
No.
I'm just thinking of that era of receiver.
Keyshawn Johnson was.
Oh, yeah, but it was like the bad Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, there's not much going on. Oh, Latavius Murray's with the Bills now.
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah.
News to me.
Where was he last year? Was he with the Saints?
I think so.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think he
Was
started
he with the Broncos for a minute?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think he
yeah.
started with a team and then signed with the Saints later in the
And then
year.
the news that kind of affects us, Dalvin Cook.
Yes.
Dalvin Cook was cut. How does that affect your dynasty team, Connor? You
Yeah,
ship
that's
it?
gonna
You shopping him or?
I think it depends where he goes.
That's true.
I think if he goes somewhere like Miami, I think that could work because I think he'll get a lot of like the red zone touches, especially when they're like inside the 10.
Yeah, Miami seems to be the favorite.
And I think he lived or he grew up in Florida. I think.
Did he?
I think that's kind of like I think that's
so it just makes sense. Probably grew up a Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing concerning us is the deal he's going to get because Dalvin Cook said he's not going to sign a $4 or $5 million deal, and I don't blame him. I mean, he shouldn't want to sign that. Someone's going to give him $12 million.
So?
Dolphins could do it for like a year or two.
He's what, 27?
Something like that. He's got a couple more years left in the tires, but it's huge for the Barkley deal.
Yeah,
because if Dalvin Cook hits free agency and signs for $8-9 million,
sets a
Barkley's
benchmark.
screwed.
Yeah,
another running back signs for nothing.
Yep,
and he's just without a contract.
Yep.
And I bet that Giants offer goes down every time another running back signs a deal for nothing.
Exactly.
But enough of the running backs. To this episode, we're getting to the most exciting part of our new offense this coming season, the wide receivers. Connor put together a great breakdown for us of these guys' stats last year, everyone we have in camp right now, it seems, and CBS's projections.
I'm glad someone did some prep work.
Yeah, well, that's what we don't pay him for. So I'll just list off some names real quick so everyone knows who we're going to cover today. Isaiah Hodgins, Jalen Hyatt, Colin Johnson, David Sills, Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, Jeff Smith, Mekhi Polk, Bryce Ford Wheaton, Paris Campbell, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jamison Crowder, Khalil Pimpleton, and Jaden Mickens.
It's a lot of names.
It's a lot of names. It is only OTAs, though.
Yeah.
How many receivers do they usually carry?
I want to say like
6 or 7, probably.
5 or 6.
I think it's usually 6 or 7 if we use one as a punt returner.
Yeah.
Which I think Pimpleton might be that guy.
I think in OTAs they were doing Adoree and Hyatt as return guys.
Enough. We lost Adoree. Why are they still doing that?
I don't know.
Hyatt I'm fine with, but you can't put Adoree back there again.
Well, even I think Mickens was a returner. I think in what was that, Tampa?
Jalen Mickens last year did not. You couldn't find anything for him. Right?
No, I couldn't. There was no
Jaden Mickens.
There was no like pro stats.
Is he an undrafted free agent?
No, he's been in the league before.
Then he must just be a practice squad guy bouncing around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they signed him late in the year last year.
Yeah, because I see a picture with Tam. He's 29, so he's been just bouncing around.
Yeah.
I think he won the Super Bowl with them.
He might have.
He might have,
because I saw on his page that he was a one-time Super Bowl champ.
Let's check
Look at that. Look at that.
You looked at all these guys' football references? Yeah, he didn't even play last year. He has a career. So his football reference page shows punt returns. That's basically what he's done.
That's his go-to.
He doesn't really have receiving stats. He, in his career, has 15 catches for 145 yards. And he's been in the league since 2017.
Diamond in the rough.
So, yeah, he's a special teams guy, which, we could use. He might make the team just because of that.
Yeah.
But what we'll do is we'll run down this list that you made for us. So we're going to start with Hodgins, a guy we all love.
Oh, yeah. Hodgins fan club.
Is he the wide receiver 1 this year? Is he the X guy?
To start.
You can't shake your head. You just got to jump in.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to interrupt.
We interrupt each other all the time.
Okay.
The people out there can't see you.
No, you're right.
So
I don't think Hodgins is going to be the wide receiver 1 though. At the end of the season, I don't think so.
What's everyone's projected starting 3 week 1 wide receivers? The 2 outside guys and the slot.
Hodgins,
Keep in mind that Wan'Dale and Shepard may not be ready week 1.
Week 1 is Hodgins and Slayton outside.
Okay.
And then Shep, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I could see probably Paris Campbell in the slot.
I agree.
And then Hyatt's going to be like that rotational deep threat guy.
I think it's exactly how you broke it down here with this chart. I think it's going to be Hodgins, Slayton, Paris as the starting 3.
Yeah. I think they really
Unless
want to use
Shep or Wan'Dale are ready, then they'll jump.
Yeah.
If Shep's ready, he's going to be starting.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to rush Shep or Wan'Dale back.
No, I think they love Shep in the organization. He's going to be a coach, but
And they have enough okay depth at this position.
So last year, Hodgins, we're not even going to look at his Buffalo stats because those are kind of negligent to this point. Last year, 42 targets, 33 catches, 351 yards, 4 touchdowns in 8 games. So basically projecting out to be a 700-yard receiver. I think that's about right for his talent level.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
take
I
it.
mean, if he's going to be your wide receiver 3 or 4, being a 700-yard kind of guy,
yeah,
I mean, perfect. With 8 touchdowns, that was the big thing. Him and DJ knew where to find each other.
yeah.
Let's see. Oh, 5 starts. Oh, wow, you really broke this down.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
5 starts, 22 targets, 18 catches, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wow. So he was actually better off the bench, air quotes.
Yeah.
But I think starts is a tough thing to do because you could just not play the first snap and you're not a starter.
I think
That's
he
true.
got a lot of his he'd come in middle of the game or after.
He'd come in the
half.
second series of
Yeah.
I feel like he had more yards than 177 in those 5 games.
Yeah.
that's just. But he had the 3. He didn't really have huge games. He'd go
That's
60
true.
yards.
I
and
think
a
he had a
touchdown.
lot of clutch catches that everyone was like, okay.
Yeah,
like
he'd
this
catch the
guy.
first down. He'd catch the touchdown.
Yeah,
but he
so,
didn't have that 140-yard game.
Yep.
So he's not that kind of receiver.
Yep.
I do like Hodgins. I'm glad we have him. Glad we kept him.
Mm-hmm.
I think worst case, he's a fantastic. I mean, you look at the top guys on this list: Hodgins, Hyatt, Slayton, Shepard, Campbell, Wandale. If he's the 6th guy, that's the best wide receiver we've had in a decade.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So Slayton, who is arguably our best wide receiver.
Yeah.
16 games, 71 targets, 46 catches, 724 yards, 2 touchdowns, almost 16 yards per reception.
He had 700 yards, and he was
And he caught about
The
half the balls that were
top
thrown to him.
guy,
Yeah,
in air quotes.
yeah.
And now with more weapons, with Waller being there, and now you have Paris Campbell,
Yep.
Jalen Hyatt, I think that's going to really help
Yes.
Slayton, and I think he's going to have a big year.
Jesus.
I think he could even eclipse the 1,000-yard mark.
He could.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it.
It depends on Campbell and if Hyatt breaks out, but
Yeah.
he definitely could. He just needs to catch the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot have 71 targets and have 46 catches.
Mm-hmm.
It's unacceptable. As a wide receiver 1.
Hands of stone.
Yeah, and it was always, in big situations. He's basically wide receiver Evan Ingram.
Yep.
Like, at the end of the year, it's like, wow, he had good stats. But then you watch the game, and the game-to-game footage is like, this guy is...
I think in that playoff, the Vikings playoff game, he had that crosser over the middle that if he caught it, seals the game.
Yep.
Wide open, drops it.
Did he have a big drop against the Commanders too?
I think you're
Probably.
right. Yeah.
When it was a low scoring game and they
Yes.
tied.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that it?
Yep. Yeah, where if he caught that, it would have been a deep touchdown for a win.
And didn't he do that 2 years ago too? And they lost on a was it a missed field goal or a penalty from Dexter Lawrence?
Oh,
that
yeah.
happened in the game?
Offsides where everyone looked at for a week and
Yeah.
it was not offsides.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he does not catch the ball in the perfect situations. I mean, listen, Slayton, I'm glad he signed back. I'm glad he wants to be here. I'm glad he goes to bat for DJ all the time on Twitter. But I wouldn't have given him a huge deal. I think the deal we gave him is perfect.
Yeah. What was the deal again?
I want to say 3 years. With
Okay.
$7 million a year, something like that. Seven
Okay.
to
Around
9.
there.
Yeah.
Around there.
Something like that. Like a good wide receiver 2, 3,
Yeah.
wide receiver 2.5 kind
Yep.
of contract. This is a guy I'm very excited for. I think he's going to put some big numbers up this year if he stays healthy. Paris Campbell.
Yeah.
I mean, last year he had 91 targets, so clearly the Colts had a plan for him.
Yep.
63 catches, 623 yards, 3 touchdowns, 10 yards a catch.
The Colts had just no one to throw the ball.
Yeah, but he catches 2/3 of the ball thrown to him by Nick Foles and
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan. And they were almost talking about having Phillip Rivers come out of retirement.
I know. Oh my God.
But I think he'll stay healthy. I think he'll be a starter almost every game this year. And I think he's the guy that's going to put up 1,000 yards.
And Dable's, I think, really gonna look to his skill set and really get the most out of what he can do best.
Yeah, they brought him in for a reason.
Yeah. Get him in space and just let him go.
And the big number's 0.
I know.
Has he been in the league longer than Shepard?
Campbell? No. Paris Campbell's not that old.
I think he's in his 3rd or 4th year.
Oh, really?
Because
He was
I
injured.
just look at him as one of the experienced wide receivers
he
on
was
the team.
he was
He's
the same
about
draft
to turn
class.
26.
Yeah, he was the same draft class. I think as Pittman,
2019 was his
and I
rookie.
think
his
Paris
rookie year was 2019.
and Paris Campbell, I think, was the higher. There was more hype behind him than there was with Pittman.
Yeah. Yeah, he was for rookie in 2019. He was a second-round pick.
Yep.
I feel like he's been in the league for a while. I don't know.
I know.
why.
Well,
it has been 4 years.
He's
but
just kind of been hyped up a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't think they used him right
No,
because they had
that Colts
they had
passing
no
offense has
quarterback.
been terrible.
Yeah, it's been terrible.
Was Luck there in 2019?
No,
I don't know.
No, he was gone earlier
wait,
than that,
the
right?
2019 season? I think he was. Cause
No,
he
he was done before that.
Because I think that
thought
might
he
have been
retired.
2018 was his last year. Just
and he retired. He retired during the 2019 training camp.
yes.
No, I thought he was the preseason of
either
2018.
either way, he
Yeah,
retired
preseason.
before the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he never played with a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan were the best guys he saw, and those
Yep.
guys were washed up by the time he saw them.
Yep.
What do we think about Jalen Hyatt? I mean, we've talked about it on the post-draft episode. What do we think about him? We want your opinion, Connor, because you haven't been there.
Yep.
I like him. He's got a lot of speed. This quarterback that was there at Tennessee, not Hooker, this other guy. He was hyping him up and saying he was fast as Tyreek
the guy
Hill.
that's there now, right?
Yeah.
Faster than like Tyreek and Waddle.
Yeah. So I mean,
saying
if you have
Hyatt
that
might be the
kind of
fastest guy in the
built
NFL.
Yeah.
around you, you know you're getting a guy with some speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you do have to take
So-
it with a grain of salt because the quarterback was his teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also with Tyreek, comparing him to Tyreek and Waddle, they're much better in their routes
Yes.
than they are with
Yes.
than compared to Hyatt.
Yeah.
Do I think Hyatt could potentially get a little better at his route running? Maybe. I think so.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to work on all off season.
Yeah. But
But I mean, you can't argue in 12 college games, 67 catches, nearly 1,300 yards, and 15 touchdowns.
and 5 of them came against Alabama.
Which had one of the best secondaries in the league this year.
It's an NFL team.
Yeah, but very excited for him. I do think he's not going to be he may start, but it might be one of those things where he just plays the first series and he's a starter.
I think it's going to be the same thing they did with Wandale last year.
Well,
Just-
Wandale did have the hamstring injury to
Yeah,
start,
but
so
they're
it's
gonna
a kind of different situation.
Yeah, I think they're going to mix them in slow.
Yeah.
You get the vets in, and then you throw them in for like the deep shots,
Yeah,
or even like a decoy.
yeah.
Or if
Yeah, we
I
finally got
saw
another deep guy.
He got attempts. He got a bunch of attempts or some attempps in college too.
So they run
might
attempts?
Yeah, so they might use him like the way they did for Wandale. too,
Yeah.
like end around.
Maybe they use him like a Debo kind of guy
Maybe
with the end arounds and
they use Waddle for that. I think right.
yeah.
I think so,
They don't.
yeah.
They don't really use Tyreek for that as much.
No.
I feel like
Nobody gets used like Debo does, but
Yeah.
teams are starting to.
Yeah.
But I think if the first game he surpasses 50% snap count is going to be like week 4 or 5
Yeah,
is when
Yeah.
you're going to start seeing him playing the majority of the snaps.
I said Buffalo's going to be his breakout.
Yeah, you
Yep.
did. I love this man. I hope his brain lasts until he's 98 and just peacefully passes in his bed. Sterling Shepard, the walking injury at this point in his career.
Yeah,
3 games, 24 targets, 13 catches, 154 yards, and a touchdown. Touchdown coming against the
He would have
Titans.
had a great year.
He looked like he was going to be really
Yeah.
good this year.
Yeah,
Now he's, I want to say, 31?
he
I think he might be younger than that.
might
I
be
think he
29, 30.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough for him if he's
Yeah.
that young.
But I mean, the turf monster's gone.
That's true. Well, did he get hurt in New York?
I
Yes.
think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was like the non-contact.
Yeah. He was just running
He's
like
30.
a street
Yeah, he's
route. He was
30.
just jogging and
And
just
it literally looks like someone just swept under his legs.
yeah.
And like,
Arrow to the knee.
He'll turn 31 February next year.
Okay.
So
He's
I can
30.
see him being used not as like a primary receiver, but kind of
Rotate
like
in and out in the
rotating in and out. You're more of a leader in the wide receiver room.
Yeah.
Like a third down roll type of guy. Like
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
need a catch,
Exactly.
throw him in the slot.
well, you basically have both of your starting slot receivers just tore their ACLs last year.
yeah.
Sterling and Wandale.
Yeah.
So maybe they just split there.
And
keep
I can.
those
That's
guys
why I
off
can
their-
see them going to higher more too.
Yeah.
Because what if the same thing happened last year? Like a bunch of guys get hurt. Like you never know how the season goes.
Exactly.
So if they start using Hyatt, they start using Hyatt. But
I think the Giants finally realized that you can never have too many decent wide receivers.
Mm-hmm. And it shows from this offseason so far
Yeah,
with
I mean,
14.
Yeah, 14
listed.
guys, and I'd argue 8 of them are NFL caliber wide receivers.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, Jamison Crowder's the 7th guy on the depth chart right now,
Yeah.
and Jeff Smith's not awful. Like, I don't think he's not an NFL starter.
No.
But if he's your 8th guy.
Yeah, he's like one of those practice squad guys you bring up for like a spot start.
Yeah.
And he gets like 3 catches for like 30 yards.
Exactly.
A couple good first downs.
Wandale, we'll jump right into him since we brought him up. He was breaking out right when he got hurt. I was so mad about that. 6 games, 31 targets, 23 catches, 227 yards, about 10 yards, a little under 10 yards per catch. But in his 3 starts, 13 catches, 135 yards, and almost 11 yards per catch.
Mm-hmm.
So when they really trusted him to take over, he was going to be the guy in the receiving game.
Yep.
And he looked good.
He did.
Who were they playing where he put up that 100-yard game? Dallas?
No. I don't want to say it's Dallas.
Why do I want to say Carolina?
Carolina, I think he might
I'm going
be
to check
right.
his game log real quick.
Why do I want to say that?
But, I mean, they really used
Detroit. It was Detroit.
Detroit?
Okay.
Yeah, on Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Okay.
On Thanksgiving,
Right.
he put on a show, and
Yeah.
he got hurt that game.
Oh, Jesus.
That was in, the third quarter, too.
Yeah.
So
that
he
was
got
later.
hurt 9 catches for 100 yards in, the third quarter.
Yeah, he was balling out that day.
If he comes back and is healthy and is good to go, he may be our second best wide receiver. Not by talent, but by stats.
Okay.
900 yards.
Well, I mean,
900 yards.
I mean, he's got a lot of talent. It's just because they use him
yeah.
in so many different things, like the screens. They just
he
get
can,
him.
He can run the end arounds.
They just get him into space, get the ball in his hands, and let him go.
Yeah.
Just make the first guy miss, and
But I think he could be that guy that comes in, say, week 4 off the ACL.
yeah,
Puts up 50 yards a game on 4, 5, 6 catches.
yep,
So that gives you weeks 4 through. He misses 3 weeks, 14 games times 50 yards. I mean, that's a 700-yard receiver.
yeah.
It seemed like he was the guy who replaced Tony as well,
Yeah, I think that was the plan all along.
because he was one of the more shifty guys
Yep.
in the room.
Slot guy.
Exactly.
And Tony was always going to be a slot guy.
Just going through like all these receivers, this has a lot of pre-Stephon Diggs vibes for like Buffalo.
Yes.
Like they're ready to get a big wide receiver.
They
Yeah.
got the guys
They
that
have-
are solid players,
Yeah.
but you don't quite have that stud.
Did
Exactly.
T. Higgins get a contract yet?
Not
I
yet.
don't think so.
Not yet.
And I think he's the guy that we got to get.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If he hits the market, Joe Shane needs to bring him in for a visit and then don't let him leave
They're
the
going to have
building.
a ton of cap space next year.
But who knows what kind of contract Burrow signs to try to keep those 3 together.
True.
Chase, Burrow, Higgins.
True.
I mean, if
If I was the Bengals, I'd try to keep all 3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Well, if Boyd hits free agency,
Boyd, they're going to let walk.
do you consider him?
I don't see him
I don't think
as
he's a
anything. No, he's nothing more than a number 2.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't even see him as like a spot number 1.
Yeah. Which is, I love Hopkins right now. It would just be that Stephon Diggs
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
But I like the guys we have. This is a guy I'm kind of excited for. Colin Johnson. He looked great in preseason. He kind of looked like the Kenny Galladay replacement.
And he's huge. I think he's like 6'4",
Yeah,
6'5".
like I said, he was going to be the Kenny Galladay replacement. And I believe he tore his ACL. Is that the injury? He was hurt for the season.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I don't remember what the injury was. I think it might have been ACL.
That's a safe bet with the
Either
Giants.
way, but he looked great. And he was that guy everyone was like, wow, Colin Johnson may be like a great depth guy this year.
Yeah.
But just keep an eye on him. There's not too much to go on with him.
Mm-hmm.
And if he comes out and he plays like he did in preseason last year all year, I fully expect him to make the roster.
Yeah.
Jeff Smith, this is a guy I'd love to see return. He's super shifty. He's kind of more like a Debo type receiver, where he's more like a runner,
Yeah.
less of a receiver.
There's not much to go on with him.
He had in 11 games only 11 targets,
Yeah.
8 catches, 134 yards. Like he's a deep ball guy.
He was in the
Yeah.
Jets, right?
Yeah.
Like we brought him in for speed.
Yeah, he did well, I think, against the Giants in the preseason last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a few good catches.
He's that kind of guy.
game. Yeah.
But he's a speed guy, and I think Shane realized that we had the slowest receivers in the league by far last year,
Yeah.
and brought in speed.
Yeah.
And I think the worst separation too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think the receivers didn't have.
Well,
great
that
separation.
all comes down to speed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Shep had good separation, but He got hurt.
when you only play 3 games.
Yeah. Jamison Crowder. I was kind of hyped when we signed him. I've always liked Crowder. I always have a soft spot for those Duke players.
if they're gonna have room for him.
They just signed him, so I have to imagine he makes the roster.
But it is only a 1-year deal.
Yeah, they could get out of it.
So, but I mean, Crowder has always been that great.
He's just been that reliable slot guy.
He'll get 100 catches a year. Easily.
Well, when he was in his prime.
Well, yeah.
At
obviously.
this point, he's probably like a 60 catch, 450 or 500 yard guy.
Yeah,
which is great.
Sure hands. He's going to get you the first downs.
Yep.
And
he's he plays hard.
Yeah.
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 So I like him. I hope he makes the team. Coming off that broken ankle, he is getting older. I want to say he's like 31, 32 now.
Yeah, he's up there.
But let's hope. David Sills, he's
still with the team.
The team they love him.
I know.
I mean, he's that guy that just does the work.
Yeah.
17 targets.
Does nothing in the game.
Yeah. 17 targets, 11 catches, 106 yards, and that was it.
Yeah.
So he is what he is. He's probably going to get moved to the practice squad.
Yeah.
Maybe another team picks him up just because they see he's got NFL experience. Like a team with no wide receiver depth, maybe the Titans.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. But I don't see David Sills making the team.
Yeah.
And if he does, it'll be a practice squad.
Yeah.
The next guy cut off, it was Polk.
Oh, Polk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did not play practice squad. I mean, anybody know anything about him?
No.
I don't think he's going to make the team, so
don't know much about
him. Not going to talk about Mekhi Polk too much. If he plays in the preseason, then we'll bring him up.
Yep.
Pimpleton. I do like him. Ooh. What's this note? Go on.
The guy from last year's Hard Knocks.
He was that guy?
I think so.
That
yeah.
guy?
I think
what team was
the Lions?
The Lions.
I think he was the Lions guy.
He was on the Bucks at one point too. I think we got him from the Bucks, so he's kind of bounced around.
I know nothing about him other than he's got a
returner.
He was
he's
one
got
of
a
those
fun
guys
name.
who like had the story in like Hard Knocks, like one of those guys who's just like, oh, he's on the bubble, like talk about his story.
They always pick a bubble guy.
Yeah.
But listen, he's a returner. I think if he's on the team, that's what he's going to do. Return punts and kicks.
He's a cut.
Most likely a cut.
This guy.
I'm excited about him.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
But does he make it though? Like
so the guy we're talking about,
Bryce Ford Wheaton,
undrafted
rookie out of West Virginia, last year with West Virginia, who they are not a great passing offense anymore.
No,
they are not the Geno Smith, Pat White, and
oh, I know who it is.
He just got drafted a couple years ago.
Will
Greer.
Willie.
Yeah, he is not. They are not that team anymore. I saw them play TCU this year because I went on a scouting trip to see Quentin Johnston. But West Virginia, they played a great game. They had a couple turnovers, kept them in it, but in the end, they just could not keep up with TCU.
Yeah,
the quarterback was holding them back. So for Wheaton to go out there and put up in 60 catches, 680 yards, and 7 touchdowns on a non-passing offense. And I don't even think he was the wide receiver 1. He might have been the 2. I don't know.
I don't know West Virginia well enough.
He didn't pop out to me. But I've watched some film now in games that he did play well. This could be a guy that hopefully we get on the team somehow and develop a bit because he's just supposedly kind of like an athletic freak.
And the reason he came to the Giants was because of David Sills.
Yes. Sills recruited him because Sills is a West Virginia guy.
Yeah.
Did they play together? Is
No.
Sills that young?
No. Sills has been with the team for like 5 years.
That's true.
But
so I mean, he's quick.
Ford Wheaton was.
He's also one of the only guys that has like size.
He's 6'3", 225,
and he's fast.
Who's the other tallest guy? Hodgins, 6 foot.
Hodgins 6 foot.
And he's fast.
Colin
too.
Johnson's tall. But Ford Wheaton is 6'3", like 225, and he ran a 4.3 840.
And he was projected. He was projected like 4th, 5th round.
The draft was weird this year.
It was.
It was really weird. And then Jaden Mickens, we kind of brought him up a bit. Punt return guy if he makes the team.
Yeah.
Special teamer.
Yep.
But going to go out on a limb and say, our leading receiver this year is Paris Campbell.
Oh.
Not really going out on a limb.
Are you going yardage there?
No, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But I'm just going to say
I
it's
mean,
Paris
when
Campbell.
you're saying best receiver, in what aspect?
Yardage.
Just yardage? Okay.
Yeah. He'll lead the team in yards.
Okay. I could see that.
That's who I guess.
I don't think it's going to be wide receiver.
Oh, I like the take. I know exactly
Okay.
where he's going.
I think
Go
it'll
on.
be Waller.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I think Waller leads the team in yards.
It's not
I
a
do like
not a
that.
bad take.
Yeah. I think Waller leads the team in touchdowns.
I can see that.
I think Hyatt's going to tear it up once he starts.
I hope so.
I would love to see that.
And I think Hyatt's going to I think he's going to have the most yards on the team.
I trust Joe Shane enough to think that Hyatt isn't going to be bad.
Yeah.
He may not be a stud, but I think he'll at the very least be like a Tyler Boyd.
Yep.
Like a solid wide receiver too.
Yep.
Like that's I think worst case for Jalen Hyatt.
Or even like a Gabe Davis. Like he started slow.
Yeah.
And then,
but I think his ceiling is like I don't want to
Tyler Boyd.
No. Because I don't want Tyler Boyd to be a ceiling. I think his floor is Tyler Boyd.
Okay.
Like I think worst case scenario, he's Tyler Boyd. I'm just trying to think of like a 6-foot fast receiver that's not really known for his routes in the NFL that has like kind of impressed. Because all the guys who are running the league now are route guys.
Yeah.
Jefferson, Waddle's a route guy.
He's
Devontae
like a
Adams,
Deshaun Jackson.
Devontae.
He's like a Deshaun Jackson.
In a way, yeah. Maybe like a CD. I don't think anybody really thought CD was going to be as good as he is when he came out. Either way, he's my guy to lead the team in yards this year, which is going to bring us to projections. So make sure you write these down.
Oh, you got a pen. Look at that. You came
So
prepared.
we're going to write, Connor's going to write our takes down, keep us accountable at the end of the year. It'll go right into our whole, we'll figure out how to tally up the points system to see who's the closest at the end of the year.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So, CBS Projections has Isaiah Hodgins with 54 catches, 526 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Are we just doing like over-under on these?
Go
Yes.
over under based off
Yeah.
their
Yeah,
projections.
we'll play. I love our game.
Over.
Over under.
Yeah.
So, 54 catches, Isaiah Hodgins, over under.
Oh, that's a good benchmark.
I'm going to go over.
Over. Connor's, you could write that down. Connor's over.
I'm gonna go under.
Okay. Narrowly under or like.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. I think he ends up right around like 50 catches.
Okay.
Because with all the guys they have at wide
Keep
receiver
in mind
now,
last year in 8 games he had 33.
yeah,
Which is why I'm taking the over.
but I mean all these guys they have now, especially with Waller.
Yeah.
How much is Waller gonna eat up into all these targets?
But how much does Jones trust Hodgins compared to the new guys?
It's all up in the air right now.
I don't know. I think it plays.
Yeah.
526 yards. Oh, that is dead on. I'm going to go.
What did he have last year? Not much.
Yeah, he's not a yards guy. I'm going to say marginally over.
Yeah, I'm
like
thinking over,
530.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what
we're
I
all
think.
I think we're all going with the over here.
Like 530.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, because in 8 games he had 350.
Yeah.
So double that,
700. But like you said, he's not going to be the featured guy this year.
Yeah.
So I think these are fair numbers. 6 touchdowns.
Under.
I'd take the over.
I am taking the under.
I'd take
Under.
the over.
Under.
I think DJ trusts him too much in the end zone.
Waller.
I know, but he had
Waller, I like Bellinger too.
Oh yeah.
he had 4 in 8 games last year.
But that's also like Bellinger was not the same guy.
Yeah, true.
He was basically missing an eye.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
And I don't know. I think Waller's going to do a lot.
We'll see.
I really think he
Jones
is.
only had Hodgins to go to in the red zone.
Exactly.
Down
That's
the stretch.
true.
And then
I'm still
Richie
taking the
James.
over.
Like,
I'm
what
sticking
do
with
you
the
do with
over.
Richie James?
Oh yeah.
You know?
That's a big loss.
I disagree.
Uh
I think we have guys to replace him.
yeah.
It's not like
but
Richie James is this great receiver. I think it's just
he was
he was a
always-
reliable guy in the slot,
I think
and
he was
we
the guy
have
that
that,
just-
in Shep and
he
Wandale.
always got those clutch conversions.
Yeah, and I think Shep and Wandale can. We only signed Richie James because both of those guys got hurt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Wandale, 55 catches, over under.
I don't even
Can we do a theoretical? How many games does he play?
Oh, God.
At least 12?
Yeah, I think at least 12.
14?
I think
14's a fair number.
I think 14.
I like 14.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Let's
surprised if he
assume-
misses 3 games.
Let's assume 14 games.
Mm-hmm.
Over under 55 catches.
Over. I think
Yeah.
he's going to be that gadget guy. and
They
just-
drafted him for a reason.
Yeah.
I like the over as well.
621 yards.
I'll go over as well.
These yards are right on the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take the over.
I think it's so
again,
easy to take the over
marginally.
right now because the passing game was so shit last year.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, CBS does have us probably projected pretty rough. I mean, they have what? These receivers is 9,
All these touchdowns
17.
are spread out.
19. They have Jones throwing 22 touchdowns just to 6 guys.
Yeah.
That's not including Waller or Barkley.
Yeah.
Potentially. Which would put Jones at 25, 30 touchdowns. I mean, if but you know what? CBS is the kind of place that'll put this out, have Waller catching 8 touchdowns and Barkley catching 3, and then project Jones to throw 22.
Yeah.
Like, where are the other 11 touchdowns coming? Wandale, over under 3 touchdowns.
Oh, God.
That's like, again, right on the money. He's not a touchdown guy.
Over, but barely.
Yeah, I'm
I'm taking the over with like 4.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Like, over 4. Shep. Can we assume the same number? I mean, they both tore ACLs, but Shep was way earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
So let's just assume Shep's going to be ready for week 1.
I still...
He's out there in OTAs, isn't he?
Well, if he's there week 1, he's going to be the starting slot guy.
Yeah,
And
but
Paris
Campbell
Campbell's...
in.
Yeah.
Campbell will go outside.
This is so tough.
I know.
These 6 projections
The
are
problem
all
is-
guys that could...
Well, the problem is we have no idea who's going to start and who's going to play where.
Yeah.
Nobody has any idea who's also going to be the guy.
And I kind of love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the
love
suspicion.
that there's-
I like the suspense.
But
you know?
it's not like last year where it's like, well, who the fuck is going to catch the ball this year? Now,
The first game, Ian and I are watching. We're like, who the fuck is Richie James?
we're like, what the hell? And then, but this year it's now like, wow, who the fuck's going to catch the ball this year? Like, someone's got to catch
Yeah.
it. There's
We
too
got-
many mouths.
We got some decent names.
It's like playing jackpot in middle school or elementary school during recess. Yeah, who's going to catch it? There's so many people out there. But all right, so let's assume Shep plays the whole season because he did get hurt early in the year last year.
Yeah.
Over under 49 catches.
I think over.
I think over.
If he plays...
If he's healthy and plays, he's catching
every
60, 70 balls.
Yeah.
Over under 520 yards.
That's like right on the money.
I mean, if he's catching 65 balls, he's going to have,
Yeah, I'm going
he's
to
gonna
go...
have more yards than that. I take the over on Shep.
Yeah, over.
And again, this is all assuming Shep is going to start and be healthy.
Yeah.
Week 1.
Connor, what do you
4
think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
over under 520.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Because you took the over on the catches.
Yeah, if he's going to get the over for those catches, then I kind of have to take the over for the yards.
Yeah. I mean, they
Yeah.
have him at over 10 yards a catch. So
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
over, under 4 touchdowns.
Under.
Under. I think he gets like 3. I think him and Wandale literally switch.
Are you going to be different?
I say over with like 5.
Okay.
The
We seem to
problem
be
is CBS is right there.
I know.
Like, if it was 3.5, I'd take the over.
Yeah.
At 4, I'm very tempted to take the under.
Yeah.
But you know what? Can I throw a wrench in the equation?
What's that?
Push.
Oh,
Shep's going to catch 4.
4.
Yeah. I want the push. I wish I would have taken the push on Wandale, but no going back. I've now introduced pushes.
Thank you, wide receivers.
Yes. We have a new wrench in the game. All right. Paris Campbell, the new addition. Now, they likely use this guy. They signed him for a reason.
Yep.
They have high hopes for him. There's a lot of hype surrounding him as far as we've heard from our sources within the organization.
So just to refresh, last year he had 63 catches
How many games?
in 17 games. So
With who throwing the ball?
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
63 catches, 623 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yes.
Uh,
Not playing, not starting every game either.
Yeah, and CBS has him projected for 44 catches, 483, and 4 touchdowns. And I think these projections are just so low because of how many guys are on
Yeah.
this list.
They
and
have no
the
idea what's
ball
gonna
is just
happen.
going to be spread around.
Yep.
So 44 catches.
Over.
We're saying overs to a lot of these.
Yeah,
Especially with
I think Paris Campbell's
catches.
going to have a day.
I'm also riding like the DJ like big gear. So
Yeah, I
I'm
think so,
fully
too.
confident
Yeah.
of like taking the over on like all these guys.
I'm kind of doing these numbers assuming that these guys are going to be main targets in the offense.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if you told me Hodgson's going to be the wide receiver 4, I'd take the under for all of these numbers.
Yeah. I'm going to go.
But I do believe, and I don't. This isn't assuming. I believe Paris Campbell will be a starting receiver on the field almost every down from week 1 on. We signed him for a reason.
I'm going 50 catches.
Okay.
For Paris Campbell.
I will also take the over on catches.
44 receptions.
Yeah. He might get 60 last year.
I think he gets around 50.
Okay. I'm thinking he's getting like 70, 80.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you think he's just going to be the one?
I think he's going to be the one. I mean, I
like
did
that.
say he's going to lead the team in yards. Over, under, 483 yards. I'm on the books for over.
Yeah.
I'm thinking over 1,000, under
Whoa.
1,100. Under 1,100.
Oh, wait, Brian,
Whoa.
what did you say for Shepard touchdowns?
Under.
Under. Perfect.
Yeah.
And I took the push.
483 on the yards. Just barely out, like at 500.
I'm taking. I think he's putting up like 1,000.
Okay.
Jeez. Put that take in there.
Yeah. Paris Campbell is going to have like 75 catches, 1,000 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So I'm over on Paris Campbell.
Over.
And you like the over for everyone likes over yards?
Yeah, I think so.
Like
gonna-
just
I like that
barely.
as
483
well.
is low.
And 4 touchdowns.
But he's projected the least amount of yards of all our starters. And we brought him in as a top free agent, you know?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But 4 touchdowns, I'm going to go under.
I agree.
Under.
Yeah.
Okay.
Waller's going to lead the team in touchdowns.
Yeah, but how many is he going to catch?
12.
Okay. So that, you got basically everyone under on touchdowns. You're going to throw 21 touchdowns again?
Yep.
Depending on if Barkley comes back too.
Yeah, but Barkley doesn't catch a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, that's true. I think Bellinger's going to get his fair share.
I just think it's tough for you to take the under on a lot of touchdowns, and you also think DJ's going to have a big year.
I just don't. I like.
Like, Waller can only catch so many.
All of them.
Even like
He's getting 30.
Even like Monster Gronk season, he had like, what, 18?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
No,
Someone's got to
I
catch
know.
these touchdowns if
I just-
DJ's going to have a big year.
I don't think it's going to be the guys who really play the slot.
Paris Campbell's not going to be a slot guy.
Well, these last 2 guys, I
he's
think
labeled.
there's gonna-
He's labeled as in the slot on the depth chart.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
These last 2 guys, I think we're going to be able to make up some ground.
I do like the over.
You
on
guys,
these
yeah.
guys.
Yeah. So next is Darius Slayton. This is a pretty low projection.
Yeah, they must be thinking he's going to start low on the depth chart again.
So they have him for 37 catches for 564 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I mean, that's about right for him. He's a deep ball guy.
But 37 catches? What did he have last year? He had,
Way more.
yeah, in 16 games, 46.
Oh, yeah, that's
Wow. Okay.
kind of right on the money. I will take the over on the catches.
Just barely.
Yeah, like 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he gets around 42.
Yeah, so we're all taking over. See, the problem is CBS is kind of low on their projections.
Yeah.
That's why we're like over on everything. It's tough.
Well, at least we're given like some sort of benchmark here
True.
with these. Yards, 564.
Oh, wow. Under. I think this is my first under.
Yeah.
I think so.
And
And again, I'm assuming-
your first
I think
I'm assuming-
it is his first under.
Yep.
I'm assuming all these guys will be a starter with my over-unders.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to spread the ball around like it looks like CBS does.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, okay, I'm projecting Shep's stats as a starter. I'm projecting Paris Campbell's stats as a starter. So that's where
Yeah.
I'm coming from here.
I'm winging it.
Yeah.
564. I'm going to go under like 500.
Okay.
Right around 500 he's going
Fair.
to have.
That's fair. What about you?
I'm gonna take the over by like 6 yards.
Oh, okay.
He gets
570-ish.
570. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll take it. 2 touchdowns.
God.
That
Over.
seems low.
Over.
But again, marginally.
Yeah.
Like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I
What
agree.
did he have last year?
Like 3.
He had 2.
Okay.
I think he
Wow,
can get
that's tough.
3. I think you can get the
I
3.
think
2 is just so low.
Yeah.
You kind of have to take the over.
Yeah.
He could catch 2 in a game.
He
Get
could
on
probably
accident.
three.
have more than 2 touchdowns too if he didn't drop balls
True.
near the
Yeah.
end zone.
He could have 2 touchdowns in a game on accident.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to take the over.
Have to.
Here's the fun one.
Oh, yeah.
Jalen Hyatt, CBS projects 35 catches, 480 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Over on receptions
Okay.
at like 40. It's going to be a late start for him. He's going to get going. I said his breakout game is Buffalo.
Okay.
And I think from there on, I think they're really going to start to use him
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I think he hits the over with receptions, but I don't think he gets to around 480 yards. I think he might get to around like 450
Yeah, I mean,
because I don't think he starts, doing stuff.
I think
until,
I
like, the
had
middle of the
him
season.
when we did our wide receiver projections. Well, no, rookie projections.
Uh-huh.
I think I had him. No, it wasn't rookie. It was the schedule episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't
Yeah,
done that
you,
yet.
you had some hot takes. In
Yeah, I think I had him breaking out earlier than you did.
Did you?
I think
We'll have to
I
go
think
back.
like 2 or 3 weeks.
We'll have to go back to the tape.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I had him breaking out a little earlier than you did.
Okay.
I like the over on the catches. I think he'll have 45-ish, 45, 50, something like that. I think the numbers you see for Wandale are going to be the numbers Hyatt puts up. Like 55 catches, 600 yards, 3 touchdowns.
I think
I
the
think those
yards
are going
would
to be
be
Hyatt's
more.
end of season numbers.
Because Hyatt gets more yards. He's going to get more yards per reception.
Yeah, but if he catches,
The same amount of balls, he's going to have more yards than Wandale.
true. But I don't think I don't know.
He's going over on the yards. He's going.
I think if he catches 45, 50 balls, he'll have over 500 yards easy.
He's going to have my conservative bet, because I think I already said over 1,000 at some point. My conservative bet would be 750.
I like that. Oh, it's the 10th inning. I hate the Manfred runner. Red Sox, Yankees, Sunday
The
Night
ghost
Baseball.
runner.
Marinacci is
This is what going to be 3 weeks in a row. We see Yankees on Sunday Night Baseball.
Yep. I
Yep.
think they're next week too.
Yeah.
Versus the Red Sox again.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Anyway, who else has to do their over-under with yards?
I took the over. On
I said
yards.
under for yards.
You did?
Yeah, I think he gets around like 450, 60.
Okay.
Because I don't think
That's
he
fair.
really I don't think he starts off hot early
Mhm.
because I think the wide receiver room it's not deep, but like
It's deep, but it's not like high level talent.
exactly. So
yeah.
there's guys that are gonna probably have to get their own.
Yeah.
There's a bunch
share,
of
like Wandale,
average.
Like there's still other guys that still have to like
Yeah.
prove themselves in a way, like Hodgins.
Again,
and,
I'm very
all those
curious
guys.
to see how they approach this offense.
yeah.
I mean, is it going to be the everybody plays, or is it going to be 4 guys break out in camp, and those
Yeah.
are our 4 guys?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, like last
then-
year was more of a committee, but it just wasn't
That
a
was
good committee.
kind
That was literally committed.
That was
just
that was because you had to.
But then, but like you could see this year being a committee, but just a good committee,
Possible.
like
a better,
a better,
a
committee, you know?
better. Let's
It's
go
possible.
better,
better committee.
3 touchdowns for Hyatt, over under.
over, and I am going 5.
I like it. I'm going to stick with you on that. That's a good number. 5, because he'll catch 2 deep balls, just fluke,
Oh yeah.
or he'll just burn a guy.
I think in the first 4 weeks, I think he has 1 touchdown. Because they'll just bring him in for
Yeah.
a couple snaps, and he'll just get one of those rogue deep balls and just.
Yeah,
Well, if I remember correctly, I had a game where I projected him like 150 yards, 2
I
touchdowns.
think that was later in the season.
It might have been, but it's still
Yeah.
150 yards,
Yeah.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the 5 number.
Yep.
What about you, Connor?
I'm gonna go with the over, but I think he gets around 4.
Yeah. I mean,
I could also see his first touchdown being week 1, like Slayton's, or not Slayton's, like Shepard's against the
Just
Cowboys.
burn a guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I could also, I don't know
would
why I
love
just
that.
see that. Yeah.
I would love that. Just
Yeah.
to stick into
That's the
that
game.
Cowboys wide receiver coach.
Yeah.
Yankees
No, I
are
can't
not
run
scoring in
around.
the bottom of the 10th.
No shot.
I hate this team. Either way, receivers this year are going to be fun for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I think we're going to have some fun guys to watch. We're finally going to have some speed on the field.
Yes.
It's going to be huge, big for the program.
Huge.
Huge. Okay, next week, linebackers.
Yep.
We will have our special guest on, so that's good. Greg will
Yep.
be back.
Yep.
Connor will be with us. It is TBD if Connor will be on mic.
He may even fill in for me because I got a busy weekend. So
Okay.
perhaps
Maybe.
we'll figure it out.
We got a floater.
Yeah.
Utility man. Right?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So that's an episode. We'll see you guys next week when we break down the linebackers and a couple new signings there.
Yep.
So take it easy.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, boys and girls. Whoever's watching, it's a girl.
We love our women. We are a pro women podcast.
Goodbye, everybody.